We're going to find out. We have both team representatives joining us tonight in the face-off. Gentlemen, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
All right, we have Rude Awakening joining us. Rude Awakening, I have to ask you first, are you all Canadians on top tier?
No. We
Okay.
have 7 Canadians, and we have 2 Americans and a Russian. Well, me. And then I moved from Russia to America, and now I'm American as well.
Okay. Well, now that we cleared that up, it's still a pleasure to have you here. Russians, Canadians, Americans, we're all under the North American banner. All right. My first question is for Mac G. How does the throne feel, Mac G? How does it feel to be up there?
Doesn't feel any different, and I don't think it really feels any different for any of us. We're still hungry. We're still looking to. We're feeling like we came in last place last season, and we got to work our way up. So we're hungry. We're not going to be complacent, and we're looking forward to starting season 4.
Is that how you've been able to respond to that type of pressure? Because this is the first time that you guys are moving into the season as the champions. You were second place in season 1 and season 2. Is the feeling of being a champion more motivation for you to stay hungry?
It's I mean, we have the same motivation to be hungry as we've had every season so far. We're very competitive by nature, and so we're looking forward to, we haven't done anything in season 4, so we have to go and do something starting tonight.
All right. It's a pleasure to see you at E3 all 3 days. You're a great representative of esports. A lot of people were like, wow, man, I really want to get into this. It was good to see you, Fej, Zakum, and Tofu Smurf to represent North America. All right, Rude Awakening. The IS-6, as we talk about it a lot, this is more of a Velatio thing, I'm sure. But bringing different type of tanks is what you're known for. Are you tired of that label? Or do you want to be known for the amount of skill that you guys have?
We're certainly going to be bringing new strats, new tanks on different maps. We're certainly experimenting with that every day. And some of them work, some of them don't, but we will be picking the ones that work and after we find out in practice.
Okay. It was quite impressive to see how far you guys made it as a top 4 team from the previous season, the first season that you joined the Gold League. What kind of inspiration did that bring to you and your teammates to continue your career in the Gold League?
Well, our team was just full of great players: E6, Memory, Velatio, Sublime, Explosion Man. And our first season, we were so disorganized. We were kind of just really working only on our strengths, which was brawling. And this year, we've improved greatly on what we can do, how we play, and all those things combined are better now.
Okay. My final question for you, Rude Awakening. Do you have any words for the Season 3 champions, SIMP, before we get started?
They're a fantastic team. We know they're a fantastic team. They're, in my opinion, one of the best teams in the world. They're certainly, in my opinion, the best team in the world on Cliff. And hopefully we will be able to put up a very good fight and win today.
They're also the best team in the world when it comes to Sand River on assault mode. That was proven in the Global Grand Finals. SIMP, Mac G, anything to say to Rude Awakening?
Looking forward to it. I can't wait to get this season started and against a very high-quality, top-tier team.
Well done. 7 out of 10 on the pun. Well done, Mac G. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much. Good luck and have fun. We'll see you on the battlefield.
Take it easy.
All right, and there you have it. Well, stakes are high. The stakes are high for Season 4. Well-established teams are going to continue in their career path to be the best of the best. SIMP now has to hold that title, to defend that title. Some say it's harder to defend rather than be the challenger. Top tier, however, going to continue with the different strategies. But, Rookhill, some of the strategies comes down to who you bring in the first matchup. And as you look, both teams have a full roster of 10 players, but only 7 can be on the battlefield.
Well, the thing is, players like Laps I'm not expecting to see as much of, or maybe Abrasive. But the thing is, you've got Mac G, Blue Boys Heavy, Moddable Adroxus, Crimson Corsair, Fetch, or as opposed to Fetch, maybe Sing. Those are the more common guys. I'm not thinking we're going to see Laps and Abrasive as much because you have that core already filled out. I think they're going for the 10 to see if they can find new talent that might be able to find its way into battles, but probably not as often.
Top 2, you got Velatio, E63M6, McBlack, Memory Link, Bastaz, Sublime Banana, Agamemnon, Explosionism. I'm going to take a look at Rude Awakening, though, to see what type of play he's going to bring to the matchup. But Rook, I want to hear from you. What are going to be Rookill's rules for victory for this series?
All right. Number one, got to be distract the mech. You have to shut down Mac and not just kill him, because the Mac attack isn't the way you beat him. You have to do more than that. You have to get in his head, you have to mess with him, you have to not quite kill him, but make it so his life is miserable to play tanks. So he's always having to put his attention onto actually shooting at people or just making something happen more than his ability to actually command. If he can't find the time to issue commands, then you've got Simp in the right place. Following that element of surprise, it comes down to knowing yourself and playing your strengths. Top tier has made it pretty far by doing something unorthodox. I'm thinking that if you can, and follow me here.
Yeah, all following.
The people who kind of play cheesy strats are expected to do that. The cheesiest thing for them to do is not do that.
Expect the unexpected. Unless it's expected, then you have to play unexpectedly.
Exactly. You know the words well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. If you can do that, I think we might see something interesting, or it could just fall flat. I don't know, but that's my idea. Battle Buddies, though, is the final one. They have to beat Adroxus and Heavy 20. Those two IS-3s are dangerous, more dangerous than Zakume and Tofu Smurf. If we see them go down, I'm seeing Simp possibly losing a battle or two here. But the thing is, they have to die. They've clutched matches on their own, just 2v5. It's disgusting. They have to die, and that's the only way you're going to do it on city maps.
First battle is going to take place on Cliff, our map of the week. It's time for battle number 1 of match number 5 for the night. Simp versus top tier. Randall, what do we have for tanks?
For tanks, I'm looking at Pershing, T69 and 3 1390s for the side of Simp. Top tier, 25100s, T69 and 2 1390s. Mobility certainly going to Simp, but so much firepower. So much on the 5100.
Top tier will be in the blue, spawning from the north. Simp in the red, spawning to the south. Explosionism and Memory Leak will be the first ones that will reach the crest of the hill. Rude Awakening and E63 M6 will be a little bit slower with a little push to the T1. E63 M6 is going to get to the top of the hill. Explosionism, let's go ahead and follow him for a bit. He's actually moving towards the east side in case maybe there's some sort of rush from Simp. It wouldn't get there in time, though, based on the momentum of the tanks. But Blue Boys Captain's going to be up top first.
And they're going to spot so many members of top tier. I'm expecting them to begin unloading. Valacio's taking damage, down by 224. Rude Awakening, Explosionism, Coolhammer, why aren't they taking shells? Sing not able to connect yet.
Well, there's one connection on Memory Lake.
And he got out there and Sing was just watching. Now more damage could go out onto other members. Valacio is spotted. Heavy 20 rolls back up to try and find another angle. And you have so much control from Simp, top tier. Are the 5100s in good positions at all? It looks like this is kind of a contingency plan for, just getting completely mauled right at the beginning.
All right, Memory Lake's going to fall back a bit. And he's going to play that Dance of Death on top of the hill. Let's check in with Rude Awakening at 5100. He's going to be at the bottom of the hill. No tactical advantage really from where he's at. He's going to be hugging that area. And some spotting is happening, but no full-on engagement yet from either team. Tree goes down from Rude Awakening. E63 M6 going to be hugging the rock to the back. And this is that standstill mode that we saw a lot today in 3 of the different matches.
Yeah, it's similar to the last times we've seen Cliff today. Every time the South getting the advantage in position and control, the North has been more defensive. This is the first time, though, that we haven't seen a tank in Delta 4 in that really cool position you see a medium tank in usually. He kind of gets some shots towards the middle. It's not happening for top tier. They haven't brought a lineup that really fits it as well. Valacio could be there, but...
He's not. Valacio is closer to the mountainside. Well, so far, the one team that has won the map of the day, or the map of the week, I should say, is Simple Tankers. It was a beautiful play that they had earlier on against C'est La Vie.
Yeah, that was a great little pincer maneuver. No other team has really been able to do much that I liked on this map. Everyone else, I wasn't so sure about those moves, but Simple Tankers, I liked it. And we'll see if Simp can do much of the same. They're on the opposite side of the map from Simple. Wait, yes? Yeah. But they play a little slower. Simp doesn't play an aggressive game. They play passively. They like to wait their opponent out. They like to wait until they know absolutely everything. Not leaving anything up to chance. Everything. And now, they're going to take advantage of what they have, and guess what? Free damage. On to Vallejo.
Boom! Crimson Corsair able to land a shot for 242. Vallejo flew too close to the sun, man. Crimson Corsair was able to take him down with that amount of damage. Oh, well, he's going to reload. E63M6, look how low his HP is now.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's coming from Blue Boy's captain up at the
It looked like it was Crimson
House?
Corsair.
Okay.
Crimson has only done 242 damage, though, from what I can tell. Jumping around to look at everyone. Sing's done about 493. Maybe 20. Nothing. Blue Boys. When did he get up there? Jesus.
He's been
Everyone,
been up there. That's what did all the damage against E63M6. It has to be. Memory Leak takes a hit for 225. They just keep going in areas where they're going to get damaged. Blue Boy's captain, this is his bread and butter, man. This is where he loves to go. The Lighthouse, and this is what Rude Awakening was talking about when Simp was so good on Cliff, because of Blue Boys.
Yeah, he has gotten to be an exceptional light tank driver as the seasons have progressed. And now it looks like Sing's going to go down. Is he? Yes, maybe. Just about 9 hit points. Come on, top tier was able to get this a little bit of an advantage back, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to finish off that 1390. If Sing can stay alive, he's just as effective as ever. Although Blue Boy's on that hill, so dangerous.
Well, where can top tier go from here? They have Rude. Is it Rude Awakening? It's all the way to the back. No, it's E63M6. That's still
he got
way in the back. Yeah, so he's out of the fight at a distance. Sip doesn't know that yet because Sing's almost out of the fight at only 9 hit points. He could sneeze wrong and explode. That's how low his HP is.
Yeah. Or very reasonably just take the wrong dip off a cliff. Although I think he's going to stay safe. Sing.
Yeah.
Oh, remember that time Sing jumped off a cliff and
mines.
Was that season 1?
Season 2.
Oh wow, that's so long ago.
And I believe that was in a WZ132.
Yes.
Fell off. Couldn't tell what Sing died. How? We had to go back, check the replay, and watch him fall off the cliff and take too much damage and explode in a fiery heap of embarrassment. It was tough. But mistakes can be made. Memory Leak gets hit to the side for 242. I can't tell that's coming from Blue Boys though. Did Blue Boys get that shot about 5 seconds ago? 10 seconds ago?
Yes.
He's just. I don't even know if they know he's up there yet.
They do. He's been spotted a few times.
Okay.
There's blind fire. One of them just impacted on the bush that 1390s like to go to.
Yeah, I
now
saw
Blue
that.
Boys is blind firing, looking for E63 up on one of the hills, but guess what? E63 is not over there. He's slightly more to the east and down on the hill.
Yeah, he's down on the hill behind this tree and behind this bush. Blue Boys captain is firing over in this section. E63M6 is in this section. As you can see, that's about a football field away. Giant distance.
Now, everything's going to go back to being slow. Simp, unwilling to push. Looks like they're just going to let Blue Boys keep reloading and hunt for tanks. But there's not a lot to hunt for. They're all in the right direction, which is north. And top tier really isn't doing much of anything. The E63 isn't really looking to move up. I'm not seeing top tier trying to get much ground here. 1390 maybe Memory Leak, but with so little health, he's already wasted so much of what he could use.
Memory Leak fires towards heavy 20, does not land. Now at the 3-minute mark, if Simp's going to push or make some sort of play, it needs to be now. The same coming from top tier. They both have all their tanks. Sing's super low. Adroxus takes a hit for 214. Maudible's now going to push up. Is he pushing up closer? He's trying to spot what's behind the donut.
He knows there's something over here. At least he thinks there's probably a T1 over here. Unfortunately, I think Backstaz is hiding in a very cute little position. Backstaz is spotted, and the connections will take down Maudible.
Yep.
Backstaz taking little damage. Coolhammer is none at all. T1's good job. And now MacG's the only T1 left. And he's been sitting there the whole time, able to command his team.
Vallejo takes 2 hits. A volley of 487. He has to reload. 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Where is that aggressive Simp that we saw at the Global Grand Finals? I think they've taken too much damage on Sing. That's their hesitation right now.
It is probably Sing, but the thing is, they should know how to work around that.
Yep.
They know they've messed up E63. There's a number of possible pushes. There's playing the East. Heavy 20, unfortunately, has gotten himself spotted. Aside from that, though, he is going to be able to move up and start getting flank fire. Top tier knows this, and they need to make a move. But I don't expect that to be happening because it doesn't look like top tier is at all prepared for a kind of any push.
With a minute and 30 seconds, this is going to go to a draw. I'm going to make the definitive statement here. E63, M6, and Sing are both shut out for the match, and since both teams are now kind of playing a tier 8 down, they both feel they don't have any sort of advantage. Even though Velatio and Memory League are significantly lower compared to the rest of the tanks of SIMP, this is a team that is not going to push into a position where they feel they do not have an overarching advantage here.
It just doesn't make any sense, though. There's so many different possibilities. SIMP knows most of the positions of top tier. They know E63 is all the way in the north. They know where one of the T1s was. They were able to kill it. Heavy 20 did move out on the flank, but the thing is, he could have been out there a few minutes ago. He could have been out there when there were 5 minutes left in this battle, not when there were 2. Top tier, same blame probably goes on to them, aside from the fact that, well, they kind of did lose health first and they didn't bring a fast enough lineup. SIMP has a fast lineup. They're so mobile, and their opponent, top tier, doesn't have nearly that mobility. The 5100s put up plenty of damage, yes, but they can't get around the map like a 1390.
15 seconds left until the battle is over and we go into a draw. This will be the second draw of the night for Cliff, the third draw of the night overall between these teams, and there we have it. It is a draw. Surprising, actually, to see two teams that were in top 4, one a champion, the other a crazy aggressive sometimes with IS6s, at least on mines. No IS6s on Cliff this time. I really feel that both teams had a specific strategy that got completely shut down by the amount of damage that they took. More so SIMP than top tier because of Sing. Sing at 9 hit points.
It's difference between.
I'm not saying there weren't ways for them to get around that. There are, but after getting shut down like that, they think, well, guys, you know what? It's better we get a draw rather than a loss.
Okay, I guess. But the thing is, I saw options for both teams, and it didn't look like either of them were willing to take any of those options. They weren't real. Like, Heavy 20 did move up. Blue Boys had the hill. Top tier didn't have nearly the presence on the map. SIMP had a lot of reasons to make a push. They had a lot of reasons to try and get more aggressive. With Blue Boys on the hill, your options are so much wider, and you have these potentials for damage that your opponent just can't compete with. Top tier could not compete with the positional play that SIMP had. SIMP just failed to continue on to that next step, to take any risk. And when they did take one risk, it didn't work out. It was Sing who kind of put himself on a pedestal. It was just not that great of play from SIMP this time. They're probably going to, I expect better play on mines.
Yeah. Well, Blue Boys captain, because of his position on the lighthouse, it seems so overbearing compared to what top tier had. They had no other tactical placement of their tanks. E63 M6 was almost out of the firefight completely because he was so far back.
And he got messed up on the way to it.
If Blue Boys captain was able to blind fire and kill him, not only would people shout and go crazy, but then SIMP would have, hopefully would have pushed up. But there is going to be a substitution that is called for
that's cool.
top tier.
Yep. That is Cool Hammer down, Sublime up.
Okay.
I'm just writing this down because I want to keep a note on the change-out that they took Cool Hammer down. I'm going to look at the way he performed in the last battle. Let's see if there was any reason for him to be taken down. He wasn't a T1. He did die horribly.
He shot 72 times, though. Sprayed and prayed.
It didn't hit anything. So, don't know what he's praying about. But he's living on a prayer with shots like that.
Hey, maybe he was praying to miss.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. 5 for 13 on Velatio. He was at the forefront around the crest of the hill in the center area cliff. He'd come up, maybe try to get some shots and then move down.
And then he got shot in return, right?
Yeah, multiple times, but still stayed alive long enough. E63 M6 fired once in the 5100.
Yeah, he was messed up so much.
Shut down. He got completely shut down. All right. Well, that's what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. They draw out. Draw out. Well, mines. We're going to see something different here, Rookhill.
Hopefully.
We're going to see something different. 20 seconds left to go on the countdown. What do we have for tanks?
For tanks, 5100, 2 T32s and 2 1390s for the side of SIMP. Top tier, 3 5100s, 3 1390s. Way to keep it simple.
All autoloaders on the side of top tier. This is a strategy that we talked about that could be different. It is different. And if they can get to the sides or behind those T32s,
Maybe.
no cons could turn into no chance. Looks like we have got to go back to the garage here. May have been a disconnect. We'll have to verify with our admin.
Yep. That looks like everyone's gone back.
Okay.
Someone's gone. Someone lost connection.
Well,
It happens from time to time.
I mean, it does. It does. And that's what we'll have to wait for. Admin's going to take care of that. But let's talk a little bit more about SIMP in general, man. I mean, the growth that we've seen from SIMP from Season 1, Game number 7, Battle number 7, the shot in the air. It was in the air to kill Fnatic. They weren't able to get it. The time ran out. The shot that cost them $25,000.
Yeah, that seems to be the kind of thing with SIMP. If they don't win, it can usually be attributed to their unwillingness to make a push. When the situation won't change between the time they decide not to make a push and the time they finally make up their mind. Mac's not the kind of guy who's willing to take any risks. He doesn't want to just throw away his chance at victory, and he will not accept a loss. He will take a draw over it, and you can't blame him.
Yeah.
It's better. I don't know. It's just, I mean, I don't like it. I really dislike draws. I'm one of those kinds of guys that will almost throw away a win.
Nobody likes draws.
No, but I will almost throw away a win. And I know other people who will do that.
If anyone comes up to you in your career as a human being, let alone a commentator for World of Tanks or a player, and they tell you, I really like draws, they're a liar. And you should never trust them with anything else. It's a fun fact for the day.
What kind of person would say that?
I don't know. Or maybe they should be committed. Draws are still a part of the game, and we all must agree with Mac G, though, that it's better to draw than to lose. But it's better to understand where your loss is going to be and where your gain is going to be if you try to go for something and lose rather than just, well, we're not going to experiment, we're not going to go for it, we're going to go for the draw instead. Mines is the map. Hopefully we're going to see, well, some experimentation maybe coming out of top tier with all their autoloaders. Same tank lineup.
Time to roll out.
But
and here we go.
Remind you, those 2 T32s, 5100, 2 1390s for SIM top tier. That experimental lineup, that really strange thing that we don't see a lot, 3 5100s. It doesn't happen. 2 1390s isn't uncommon, but mix that with 3 5100s, and yeah, what? I don't know.
Is this an east side play? This is east. This is all east except for one. That's Baxtaz, who's spotted on
No.
the island
You gotta
side.
be kidding me. I just pandered a clutch. Weren't they T32 best tier 2013?
Yes.
So they're also now
But no,
east side play,
but hold
best
on.
play
Look
2013.
at this, Randall.
2014.
Look how far they're moving. They're trying to stay completely out of sight at first. Well, now they're moving in into cover as the hill play is spotted. Memory League, can he escape? Is that what they're going to try to do? Memory League's going to back up from the hill, and if he can back up and be completely covered by it, oh no, Memory League, got to get out of there.
T32 no cons makes a connection.
And he's going to stop. He's going to wait for them to come up.
Awesome. Really great idea. Let's take on T32s who are in hull down.
Hold on. He fires into the dirt.
It's
He
not
takes
going to
another
work.
big hit. He's staying in there too long. You got to get out of here, Memory League.
You can't take on T32s like this unless it's a distraction. And look, it might be a distraction.
It is a distraction. That's all. He was
Yay.
trying to pull them to the center of the hill, and
But he
now
could
they're going to
just-
come. Now the T32s are going to commit, but they're going to be in a hold down position to deal with all these 5100s that are now moving into the flag cap area, and
You know,
that's going to be tough to deal with.
It's going to be cute, but I don't see it working now because T32s get the high ground. This is not what you want those T32s to be doing. You want them not in the high ground, where they won't be able to cover their own cap while your other guys die.
Explosionism falls in the 1390. Shot bounces off Sing and Heavy 20. Velocio and Sublime Banana are going to be on the flag cap. They're going to force SIMP to deal with them. But those T-32s will deal with them just fine if they're able to get a couple more open shots. Crimson Corsair takes down Memory Leak.
And now it's free damage. Adroxus, Crimson Corsair, they have the high ground. They have every advantage. And they were even able to predict 1390 coming around behind. Killed him with no problem. Simp is just so coordinated right now.
And there goes Velaccio. Sublime Banana takes on Heavy 20, though. Sing is around the corner with one shot left, and Sublime is trying to guard Rude Awakening. Can he get it? Rude Awakening fires back. Sing tries to land the shot. E63M6 takes down Blue Boy's captain.
Sing, are you going to load one of these days?
Yeah, there he goes. There he goes. Now he's loaded, and he's able to take both those tanks down. E63M6 and Bass Tesla one left alive for top tier. Yeah, those T-32s knew what to do.
It was easy. I mean, yes, distraction. Great idea. But here's the thing. Now they have a hill. You baited them into a hill position. You needed to bait them into something that had nothing to do with the cap. Water side, something like that.
Yeah, well,
that'll do it.
He took too much damage in that bait. If he took that one hit, he should have moved away. Then the 5100s could have moved past. Then those T-32s would have tried to go up the hill. The 1390 would have unloaded at least in one of them, damaging them. It would have been some hesitation for the T-32s.
Maybe
he
you
took
make
too
them
much
hesitate,
damage.
but yes, that I can say yes. He took way too much damage, but in this, I don't think that position was the right one in the first place.
Simp takes battle number 2, puts a point on the board on Mines. More of a loss for top tier than a win for Simp, though. But hey, T-32s know what to do. If they can get the high ground, they went for it, uncontested. As the 1390 that was up there, that was Memory Leak. It was 3 for 5, and he couldn't even finish his full drum before he was taken out.
Well, the thing is, I just have to say it again. I don't think that position was right. If you want to distract T-32s and take them away from somewhere where you're trying to make a cap fast happen, because the hill is a perfect place to defend against a fast cap, you need to find something else. That's just it. He should not have been distracting up there. The push that comes down the 0 line, T-32s, you put them 1 on the high ground and then 2 in a hull down. There's no way to dig that out, and there's nowhere to hide from it. There's only one little spot where a T1 can maybe hide from those T-32s. And the thing is, there are other tanks that can still defend. Maybe you make something happen in the west side, then a 0 line push. That's the only way to make a real distraction if you want to make a cap fast. Cap fast can't happen through the middle. They can't happen through the west side when you're spawning on the north. They can only happen through the 0 line. And the thing is, you have to control the hill if you're going to make a cap fast happen, or you have to at least prevent your opponent from doing that. Otherwise, it's completely no.
I think we just saw proof. No, I don't think we did. We did just see proof of why east side is not a viable strategy when you have T-32s on the opposite side and when you give up high ground.
Well, I mean, how are you going to take on a tank with no cons?
Prayers. T1s. T1s spraying and praying. Very true. You sound like me.
I'm just kind of pandering to you.
I know. I was gonna say, have you converted to the T-32?
No.
Are you in the belief business?
I'm in the belief business, but I'm in the belief business for the IS-3, the best tank in space.
Hey, I can't argue it's best tank in space, but obviously the T-32 can hold its own with an IS-3.
Maybe not.
That's why the T-32 was never actually created, because if it did, then it would lead to further escalation past an IS-3, and we don't know where it would go.
I'm pretty sure we did do further development past the T-32.
But at the time, we're like, we could release this tank. But we better not.
I think it was because heavy tanks weren't really a viable option anymore.
Now we have the M1A1. Thank you, T-32.
Look, they went with medium tanks because they're lighter and they can cross the bridges. Heavy tanks kind of crush bridges, and bad things happen when tanks fall off bridges.
What if you could store an M22 Locust inside of a T-32, and so is an escape pod for a T-32?
Where would you put the engine?
In the same compartment. you put your radio operator inside the M22 Locust. Then he presses a button, everybody just hangs on, and they take off.
I don't think that works. There's more people in the T-32 than go into a Locust, so it's an escape hatch pod for only a few crew members.
There's straps. There's seats. You strap into on the outside. Man can dream. All right. It's going to take place on Himmelsdorf for battle number 3. What do we have for tanks?
3 5100s, 2 IS-3s versus 3 5100s, 2 IS-3s. And I have to say to that, the straps are a good idea.
Mirror matchup. Here we go.
Straps are a good idea.
Simp will be spawning to the north in the red. To the south will be Top Tier in the blue. I'm going to follow Rude Awakening again in that 5100.
Looks like Simp's going to go for hill play. There's a lot of tanks in the direction of east.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Yes, there is. This could be a full east hill commitment from Simp.
yeah.
And this could be an almost full commitment from Top Tiers. They're sending 4 of their heavies that way.
That new meta. Guys, I've got an idea. Here's the strat. We're going to put everybody on the hill except, and follow me here, except the T1s.
Okay.
It's a great idea,
They
right?
duke it out while the T1s have their own mini fight. See who's going to take the flag.
No. Our opponent is going to do the normal thing and put an IS-3 down below.
Okay.
Then our T1s are going to fight the IS-3. Great idea, right?
If Jack can kill a giant, a T1 can take down an IS-3. Here we go. Shots fired, possibly for memory leak. No, he's going to back up. He sees multiple tanks from Simp. Shots fired from Simp. One goes over the top of memory leak. The other from Sing connects.
I think Top Tier should leave right now. But Top Tier doesn't think Top Tier should leave right now. So, they're going to make this push happen, and there's going to be a huge overmatch here. There's one turret down, and that is Sublime Banana, right? Out there in the west. It looks like Top Tier's decided they want to hit the deflate, similar to what we saw when we saw Arbus Victoria's Secret just a little while ago. Now, if they can catch Simp by surprise at all, might be able to work. But they don't have a secret overmatch. It's quite the opposite. They're the ones not entirely spotted, and Simp has the overmatch.
And here they come. Simp turns the corner. Heavy 20 gets unloaded upon first. They fire towards Rude Awakening, and Heavy 20 is down. Rude Awakening is the next one to fall. Sing falls back because he's taking a little bit too much damage to stay in the front of the firefight. Memory Leak's going to fall back. Blue Boys Captain takes down Cool Hammer.
Now Sing can back off and try and stay alive. Nice shots into Valleccio. He needs to go down next. They can back off, give ground. Valleccio is an easy target. However, Memory Leak and E63 are softer targets. Maybe some kind of west play here. However, so much damage going on. Crimson Corsair and Drox is the only healthy ones left. Blue Boys not feeling good, and Sing is very easily one shell from death.
It could go around the castle, whoever has higher HP.
You're gonna have to wait for reload first.
Oh, that's true. Well, Crimson Corsair has 2 shots.
Yeah, but he wants to wait for Blue Boys. You need backup. If 2 shells connect with Crim, if they both high roll, there's a possibility he goes down.
Memory Leak's leaving the hill. Blotcher's going to be coming with him. Droxus is loaded.
Oh wow, Backstab's Cool Hammer are down. Both T1s for Top Tier while that fight was going on. Now Simp can begin putting cat pressure on while this fight goes on and continues on the hill.
Here they come around the corner of the castle. Crimson and Blue Boys are going to push up along with the Droxus and Sing. Droxus continue to lead. Shot fired and a miss across E6 6. Crimson is able to get it. Valaccio takes a hit for 366. He's still on the run with his turret pointed up to the top. Will another shot be able to track him as Memory Leak is able to cover his retreat as the Droxus takes a hit? And they're going to fall down to the bottom.
Down, down, down. And will they be chased? Will they get there fast enough? Memory Leak. Valleccio!
Oh!
No, Valleccio!
Oh, man.
Oh, he barely makes it. He hit the wall. I can't believe he made that little bit of a mistake, but he's able to recover. That must have been the scariest moment of his life.
It's like
right
a
there.
horror movie when the girl trips.
They always trip.
Yeah. And Valaccio is almost down. A lot of missed shots coming out of both sides, especially Simp. Blue Boys Captain's able to clean it up. Sing's still alive. He's got 5 shots left. He's not going to be the one to see Sublime Banana, it looks like. Mac G is on the flag cap. He follows Sublime Banana. And how much HP does Memory Leak have? 199. It's a nice shot against Blue Boys. Blue Boys bounced or tracked him.
It hit track, but I don't think it penned. I don't think he rolled for the crit, so didn't get it. No track.
There's Blue Boys on the other side. He has 1 shot left.
Can do it. Si se puede. Oh, never
Droxus
mind.
is in trouble.
Crimson Corsair's got it
Nice.
from the side.
Clever girl. Jurassic Park reference.
I love that movie.
So, me too. So good to see an IMAX. Sublime Banana gets the kill. Gets a Droxus. Now he's heading towards his own base to defend. He's got plenty of HP compared to what Simp has.
Oh, yeah, there's actually a reasonable chance he could clutch this.
He could.
Let's look. Blue Boys is within actually a high roll. I think it's, what is it, 488? Yeah, 48, I think, is the high roll for an IS-3's 122 shell. So he could high roll and kill Blue. More likely he's not. Crimson Corsair, Sing, all 100-something health. I mean, a really good ram would kill them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're pretty low. They have to play this very smart, and they should use cover to the maximum effect. As you can see, let's look at the way they're covering this. Sing, covering the east, right? His weakness all the way to that south. Now, Crimson, okay, never mind. I thought this was going to work out way better than it was, but Crimson Corsair's looking at a wall. Crimson, please. Blue Boys, looking to the south.
Sure, they're communicating toward each other. Do we stay in this position, guys?
Guys, I'm going to look at the wall.
Do we move to the west to go for the flag cap?
Guys, I got this.
Because guerrilla tactics from Sublime Banana could mean a win for top tier here. This is that cautious play, even though it's a technical overmatch. It's not an overmatch of HP, that's for sure. It's an overmatch of damage, though.
The thing is, though, any one of them could finish off Sublime Banana. All that has to happen is Sublime Banana has to be caught out in the open where he can't back away. Now Blue Boys is crossing. His first cross.
Sublime knows. You have to turn your turret towards where the danger is, Sublime. There you go.
Spots Blue Boys.
He get was shot.
Spots Sing. Spots Crim.
Nope, they're all behind the church. Lost the opportunity to get any cross shots.
Well, now he gets to close the distance, and if there's anything that he needs right now, it is distance in order to try and bring this back.
Well, he needs to get there in 7 seconds because that's when they're going to be able to capture it.
Yeah, that's the problem.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can he get a reset? He does, just in time. And Crimson Corsair accidentally kills Sing.
Crimson, what are you doing?
Sublime Banana is ready to fire. Can
Crimson,
he get the kill?
you miss.
No, he can't. Sing. Bad luck, Sing, man. Dude, falling off cliffs, blown up from team damage.
His life is horrible.
Oh, no.
Okay, so Crimson, 150 damage, and then he misses that one shot. I mean, I was about to watch that battle go completely the wrong way. Did you
man.
not? Did you see that right at the end? He missed after killing Sing.
Yeah.
Oh.
What is happening?
It was almost like the worst comedy of errors there ever could be. Because if he had accidentally killed Blue Boys, then there would have been enough time for the IS-3, that is Sublime Banana, right? To actually get the shell and win.
Yeah, let's take a look at the replay. Crimson Corsair is right behind Sing. Sing's going to pull out. Shot fired for the reset. And right there.
He simped him. Sing actually did it. He did exactly. He took their namesake. He simped Crimson, and Crimson put a shell into him for it.
For those of you not knowing what simp means, it means to move in front of a teammate to block their shot of another tank. Maybe Sing wanted to spread the definition to the world in their premiere of Season 4.
I don't think so.
Simp has got to collect themselves here, even though they got a win. That's not the type of play you want to be introducing in Season 4, because teams like Fnatic, teams like Simple Tankers are going to jump all over these openings and these errors.
Yeah, but it would be a pretty cool meta, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be a great meta where just people shoot each other?
No.
Even if they're on the same team?
No.
It doesn't matter.
It's like tackling your own guys in football. It's sad and embarrassing.
In practice, it was pretty funny.
Did you play football?
Yeah.
What position did you play?
Center.
You played this. I'm sorry. What grade?
In middle school.
In middle school. Okay.
Okay.
I played tackle in middle school.
Okay.
And there was bigger guys than me in high school. I'm 6'2", 215
When
pounds,
it got to high school, I decided it's better that we just go with the band and not play football anymore because I'm a little bit not that big.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna send a call to action here, and I want Actually Shakes to help me out. I want somebody to Photoshop Rookkill as a center for your favorite football team. I want to see that. Here we go. 15 seconds left for battle number 4. Going to take place on Ents, ladies and gentlemen. What do we have for tanks?
We've got 3 5100s and 2 IS-3s versus 2 5100s and 3 IS-3s for top tier.
Overmatch of Alpha Strike damage versus the burst fire of the 5100s. Here we go. Top tier in the blue.
Whoa, I misspoke.
Whoa,
Sorry.
Whoa.
IS-6. Valacio's brought it.
Hey, there we go.
It's back.
There we go.
It's back, everyone. The
All right.
IS-6.
I'm going to jump over to the IS-6 real quickly, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, the beautiful majesty, that is the IS-6. The Shuka is
Non-existent.
on this tank. What is existent? Well, it's non-existent. It's spaced armor as well. What is existent is higher DPM, is Valacio's claim.
And 50 more hit points.
Yes.
Woo.
Yes. Here we go. Valacio's going to be ramming into explosionism. He's going to get past them. I think some of these guys are definitely they definitely had a lot of fun in the preseason, but since we're in serious mode now, they're playing for league points. 3 points for a win, 1 if it's a win via the assault mode, and then 0 for a loss. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. But on the subject of being serious.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So, if you've ever, I don't know if I've showed you all that many recordings of these guys' comms. I probably could have done that more in the past, but I've shown you a few.
Here and there. I've platooned with Simp in the past as well.
In previous seasons, I've taken recordings of these guys' comms and lined them up with their matches. If there's something I've ever noticed, it is that the comms are a reflection of how the team will do, not of how they did perform, of how they will perform. At the very beginning of a match, if you hear them and they sound solemn, they don't sound energetic, there's no chemistry going on between different players, almost all the time I was able to be like, these guys are either going to play terrible, and I probably already watched the match, so I know that these guys are going to play terrible or not, or they're going to lose or something. It's not going to go well. Bad comms equals bad play. Good comms is so funny and alive and interesting. It's great. Sometimes it's not broadcast worthy, but it is just phenomenal sometimes, the jokes.
Attitude.
And the attitude.
Attitude
Yes.
reflects leadership. It's important to maintain a positive attitude, but a realistic attitude as well. And if you need to make adjustments, course corrections, or even pull a player aside and focus on them, it's better to do it one-on-one than in front of the entire team if they made a huge blunder, a huge error.
Well, there are some teams that are so disciplined that someone can get torn apart, and everyone just knows that's what you do.
Yeah,
some teams realize that you don't tear people down, and they don't do that. Although
E63M6 gets the first kill against Moddable in the T1. Simp is still up 2-0 against top tier. 1 battle away, 1 victory away from winning out the series in a 3-0 sweep, even though we had a draw on Cliff at the beginning. But a very, very, very tough fought sweep, at least a very close sweep from what we saw on Himmelsdorf, at least. Mine was pretty dominant, though.
Yeah. I feel like top tier threw that one away more than Simp was able to easily take it. Little mistakes here and there. Top tier will have to rethink their strategies on some maps. Although their strategy here on Ensk reminds me of Simp. When Simp has taken the north. And then they've played defensively like this.
Yeah, this type of spread.
Yeah, this is the Simp spread.
Valaccio on the IS-6. Pulling behind the ruined building with Sublime Banana up to the front. No hope yet for top tier to find a weakness. Now, because of the series and the draw that had happened, if Simp draws us out, it's a win.
Yes.
So they could be playing for that type of win here.
Well, Simp is the kind of team that might take it. But, I mean, if they're willing to change and improve, they might just start trying to experiment, trying to win even though there's a draw victory waiting to happen. Because, I mean, isn't it kind of a waste of time just to sit there and draw it out when you could get the real practice under pressure to work on your strategies, work on your team
Money's
play?
on the line, you play for the win.
Yes, but
And
when you have the freedom where you're up 2-0, you've got a draw, maybe you can wait a few minutes down. 3 minutes left. What's a small brawl gonna do, you know? 2 minutes left when even if you lose, you can hide a T1 in the corner.
The top tier is getting ready to engage in a brawl as they head further south towards Simp's position. But Simp, overmatch could happen because Simp, the 2 heavy tanks are in the northern section on that east side.
And Adroxus is going to be pinned from both the east and the west. He's not going to have a great... Oh, wait, never mind. This is Keyhole. That might work. That could work. Okay. Now Sublime Banana is going to take a lot of damage. And ammo rack. Wow, that's pretty.
Blue Boys captain got that kill. He's going to take a hit. Heavy 20. Blue Boys and Adroxus need to guard the South as long as possible, as Simp's going to have to make the decision. Do they go for the flag cap, or do they help in the firefight to make sure that the South is not overmatched? Right now, Velaccio and Sublime Banana are down. Simp still has all their tanks still left alive. Explosionism is going to be the next one to fall, as he just has 2 health points left. Heavy 20, however, focuses on Rude Awakening rather than Explosionism, because he can see that he's reloading, and he falls. Rude Awakening now.
Another ammo rack.
Wow.
Isn't it just so pretty?
Adroxus got that, but it was only on a 9 hit point tank. Rude Awakening, the last tank left alive for top tier, and he falls. Simp is able to take the series 3-0 against